Many people believe that discipline is something reserved only for high-level athletes, millionaire entrepreneurs, or extremely organized people. They think that discipline is a talent, a characteristic that some are born with and others are not. But that is one of the biggest lies you can believe. Discipline is not talent. Discipline is choice. Discipline is built day after day, decision after decision. And most importantly, discipline is what truly transforms your life. Motivation may give you an initial push, but it is discipline that sustains the path to the result. Without discipline, any project dies. With discipline, any goal can be achieved. The big mistake is believing that discipline depends on infinite willpower. It doesn't. Discipline depends on systems, on habits, on small choices repeated every day. It's like building a wall. You don't put all the bricks at once, you put one a day, and in the end, you have a solid structure. Discipline works the same way. Every time you act, even without wanting to, you put a brick. Every time you fulfill what you promised yourself, you put another brick. And over time, that wall becomes so strong that nothing can knock it down. That's what differentiates those who succeed from those who give up. The ability to continue even when there is no motivation, even when there is no energy, even when no one is watching. Maybe you're thinking that you can't be disciplined because you always end up giving in to distractions. But discipline doesn't mean perfection. Discipline means consistency. You don't need to get it right 100% of the time. You need to get it right more often than you get it wrong. You need to keep going even after you fail. You need to get up even after you fall. Discipline isn't about never failing. It's about never giving up. It's about getting back on track every time you stray. It's about keeping your commitment to yourself, even when everything seems difficult. And that commitment is what builds real results. A clear example of this is studying. How many times have you said you were going to study but ended up postponing it because you didn't feel like it? If you depend on willpower, you will study very little. But if you decide that you will study every day, even if it's only for 20 minutes, you will create discipline. And this discipline will generate much greater results than any burst of motivation. Because motivation is a flash in the pan, discipline is a constant fire. Motivation burns out quickly. Discipline keeps the flame burning every day until the goal is achieved. And when you understand this, you'll never again be stuck waiting to feel like it. You simply do it because you know that every little action counts. Another important point is that discipline is not something you build in just one area of life. When you develop discipline in one aspect, it spreads to others. If you create discipline to train, you will realize that you also become more disciplined to study. If you create discipline to wake up early, you will realize that you also become more disciplined to work. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you train, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it is, the easier it becomes to apply it in different areas. That's why disciplined people seem to achieve in several areas at the same time, because the discipline they created in one area spread to all the others. But how do you start building discipline from scratch? The secret is to start small. Many people fail because they want to change everything at once. They want to wake up early, exercise, study, work, meditate, read, all in the same day. This doesn't work. The brain resists big changes. What works is starting with one simple action and repeating it every day. It could be waking up 30 minutes earlier. It could be exercising for 15 minutes. It could be reading 10 pages. The size doesn't matter. What matters is consistency, because consistency creates habits. And habit creates discipline, and discipline creates results. It's a cycle that starts small but becomes gigantic over time. Another secret is to eliminate internal negotiation. Many times you lose because you keep negotiating with yourself. Should I do it today? Should I leave it for tomorrow? Do I feel like it? This negotiation is what destroys your discipline. Disciplined people don't negotiate, they simply do. They don't ask if they feel like it. They don't ask if it's the right time. They just fulfill what they decided. And this attitude is what strengthens discipline. Because every time you fulfill what you promised, you reinforce your identity as a disciplined person. And when you see yourself as disciplined, acting becomes natural. You don't need motivation, because it's already part of who you are. Discipline also requires you to learn to say no. Say no to distractions. Say no to excesses. Say no to everything that is not aligned with your goals. Every time you say yes to something irrelevant, you are saying no to what really matters. And every time you say no to what doesn't matter, you're saying yes to what transforms. This choice is difficult because it requires giving up immediate pleasures. But it is precisely this choice that builds lasting results. Disciplined people don't live for immediate pleasure. They live for purpose. They know that every renunciation today is an achievement tomorrow. And this mindset is what sustains discipline. The most powerful thing about discipline is that it creates freedom. It seems contradictory, but it's real. When you are disciplined, you don't depend on motivation. You don't depend on circumstances. You don't depend on luck. You depend only on your decision, and that decision gives freedom. Freedom to achieve what you want. Freedom to build the life you dream of. Freedom not to be a hostage to laziness, procrastination, excuses. Discipline frees you from inertia and puts you in control. And when you are in control, you can achieve anything. Now it's time to stop believing that discipline is something distant. It's time to assume that discipline is a choice you can make today. It's time to start small, to eliminate negotiation, to say no to distractions, to repeat every day. Because every time you act with discipline, you strengthen your identity. And every time you strengthen your identity, you get closer to the life you want. Discipline is not a talent, it's a decision. And that decision is within your reach now. If this video made sense to you, if it awakened in you the awareness that discipline is what truly transforms, then subscribe to the channel right now. Here you will find weekly content on motivation, mindset, discipline, and productivity, all designed to help you evolve and transform your life. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos, because each piece of content can be the trigger you need to take the next step. And if this video helped you, share it with someone who also needs to hear this message. Because together we can create a community of disciplined people who don't wait for motivation, but who act every day, grow, and achieve.